So in this particular system, we actually have a ball valve attached to the bottom of the tank here. Most poly tanks or other water tanks will come with some way to get the water out of the tank itself. This one has a bulkhead fitting that's 2-inch in size. It's got female threads on it, and the bulkhead fitting has a gasket on the inside that keeps the water from leaking out, and it sandwiches the seal on the inside of the tank. So when you've got a fitting on the inside and on the outside, and they come together, and there's a gasket in there that keeps it from leaking. 2-inch threads on this particular setup. The ball valve allows you to open and close the flow of water. It's currently open. I have now closed it with a quick flip of a lever. I'm going to reopen it, which will allow the water then to make its way through this hose and into this pump. Now, this particular pump has to have flooded suction, typically, although this one also offers a suction lift feature, which allows it to bring water from below the level of the pump and move it up to, say, 26 feet, I think is its max. But most pumps that are centrifugal, that sit above ground, need the water to flood the chamber of the pump before they'll actually run. You don't want to run a pump when there's no water in it for any length of time, or it will dry run and potentially damage the parts on the inside. So this particular pump is what's called a variable frequency drive, also sometimes referred to as VFD, and it will actually spin the motor up to meet the demand of the water usage and reduce the motor speed as needed, which is a really nice feature. Typically a VFD type pump will cost in the $2,000 to $3,000 range. Some of them are less expensive in the $950 range, but it typically depends on the manufacturer and whether the parts are made out of stainless steel on the inside or of plastic. So you'll see in this case I have an inlet, and the inlet on this one has a filter screen inside of an irrigation filter, also called a Y strainer. If I were to open this, which I can't do now because there's water in it, there's a filter screen on the inside that also keeps fine debris from entering the pump. It can be opened and removed periodically and cleaned and reinstalled. And you'll see that have these ball valves open. You can always tell that the valves are open because of the way that the handles are turned. That's closed, that's open. So we're going to demonstrate this pump now.